Welcome to another episode of Unfiltered. Welcome, Facebookers, YouTubers, and Cheshire TV viewers. All of y'all. Another week's gone by. I know I missed last week. I know. I already got a message on the Facebook page from the plaintiff calling me a slacker. It's been busy, and I just haven't had time to get fired up about anything to share with you folks. This week, however, we had a little bit of sad news at Cheshire TV this week. Steve Damasco has decided to go on hiatus. Things in his personal and business life have gotten quite busy, and he found himself canceling more tapings than he was actually shooting. So he decided to go on hiatus, take a little time off from the show. So we'll be running repeats of Shaolin Way. The good news with that bad news is that Tuesday mornings opened up for taping. So, starting with this episode right here, I'm taping it this morning, you're seeing it tonight. And we'll be on point, I hope. I was kind of happy because I was happy to be taping on Tuesday because last night in starting hyper locally in the town where I live, one of my jobs here at Cheshire TV is to cover school board committee meetings. Well, last night, Keene School Board had its policy committee meeting, which involved a presentation that I needed to address. It was a presentation on therapy dogs in schools. Don't get me wrong, I'm indifferent to animals. You know, they all love me. I walk into a house with a cat jumps in my lap. I can't stand cats. Walk into a house with a dog comes up, rubs on me, wants me to pet him. I could care less about dogs. Yes, they're nice to pat. Dog therapy in schools, though, I don't know. They say it relieves stress, anxiety in the kids. Wait, let me rethink this. I was going to say schools are supposed to be stressful. And in a way, I think that's true. I think that by subjecting kids to stress, teaching them how to deal with the stress, not just by curling up in a corner with a dog, teaching them how to deal with their stress head on. Then later in life, you don't have these crybaby, wannabe left-wing, I'm not going to say the word. It starts with a P, and it's the same thing as cat. But that's what we're doing to our country and our kids. We're teaching them that, hey, there's an excuse. Yes, you're stressed. Yes, you've got anxiety like crazy. Who doesn't? When a kid walks into school and says, I'm sad today. I don't really feel like doing any schoolwork. I'm sad. Well, if you wake up in the morning and you watch the news, you're sad every day. The world is a horrible, stressful, anxiety-filled place. But you have to learn how to live with it because it's not changing, people. It's only getting worse. You know what makes me really relaxed if I'm really stressed and full of anxiety? a full body massage. But you won't see massage tables in the schools. Here's another point. Maybe the fact that the kids are so stressed out and full of anxiety is that we are all of a sudden expecting too much out of them. We want our kids to be adults by the time they get out of grade school, for God's sakes. Let them be kids. Don't expect, ninth graders in high school to know where the hell they're going when they get out of college. Because most freshmen in high school haven't got a clue what they want to do for the rest of their lives. Unless maybe you count this as what they want to do for the rest of their lives. It's another thing. You want to bring therapy dogs into school, but you don't want to ban these from school. Kids don't need cell phones when they're in school. If they need a computer, the schools have computers. If they need to make a phone call, guess what? You know what we did? We went down to the school office and we said, hey, I need to make a phone call. The school office people would say, is it an emergency? I'd go, no, I got to call, see if I can line up a bag for after school. Well, you know something, they're not going to let you make a call for that. But if you got in trouble in school and you had to maybe call home, tell your parents you wouldn't be home on time because you had to stay after for detention, you could use the phone for that. But it was the administration that decided what was an important phone call and what a non-important phone call was. And texting your buddies or calling your buddies to tell them, that you're going to be a little late on Friday night for the party and you hope somebody else can bring alcohol because you can't afford to get everything for everybody. That kind of stuff doesn't belong in schools. Maybe instead of looking at how we can reduce kids' stress, maybe we should look at the education system as a whole and what it causes for stress. Just saying. Drives me nuts. Dogs are nice, but dogs don't belong in schools. One of the arguments against dogs in schools was the whole allergies. Oh, a lot of kids these days have allergies and the kids have asthma. If I remember right, when I grew up, I didn't know one person that had a peanut allergy. I didn't know one person that had lactose intolerance, and I didn't know anybody that was gluten challenged. A lot of this stuff is made up crap to make you spend money on stuff that you don't need. Yes, maybe you are lactose intolerant. When you drink milk, you get a little gassy. When I eat beans, I get a little gassy. So you know what? I don't eat that many beans. There you go. A lot of this stuff is hype. A lot of this stuff is doctors that think that they know what they're doing, but the only reason they're in business and what keeps them in business is you thinking there's something wrong with you. And again, maybe it's our fault. that kids are stressed out. Because we want our kids to be so perfect, and we want our kids to grow up so fast. We want our kids to act like adults when they're still kids. This isn't the 1930s and the 1940s. Remember, World War II. You had 17-year-old kids going to Iwo Jima, storming the beach. There were 17-year-old kids that were fighting and dying for their country. Maybe once them 17-year-old kids hit the beach, maybe they should have took a time out and had a little dog therapy. Because wouldn't have that been nice after being shot at all day? Oh, to just sit down and pat a puppy. Yeah, therapy dogs. Again, there's a whole subjectiveness to it also. Maybe somebody's afraid of dogs. Maybe black widow spiders calm some kids down. You know, what are they going to say when, you know, oh, I've got to have a gorilla with me because that's the only thing that keeps me calm. It's out of control. We have to start teaching kids that, look, there's nothing wrong with you. This is normal. You're supposed to be stressed out. You're supposed to be anxiety. You're supposed to be hormone-filled at that age. And your brain is just like a big bowl of Jell-O shaking around, only half solidified. And you think you know all this stuff, but you really don't know all this stuff. And because you think you know all that stuff, when you find out that you don't know all that stuff, it causes stress and anxiety. Just saying, I think it's dumb. I think it's, for one thing, a waste of time. Kids are in school to learn. That's what they're in school for. If they need therapy, they should get therapists. And if they get therapists, yes, by all means, excuse them from school to make their therapy appointments. All right. Yeah, what else is going on? I came up with another solution to the whole transgender bathroom things. And it's easy. You just add transgender to the list of approved disabilities. And then it all becomes ADA, see? There you go. We made special bathrooms for the handicapped. And a lot of them are just single stall people. So why don't you just, handicapped and transgender? I don't know. It's dumb. It's just dumb. Oh, what else is going on in the news? Apparently, it's hard following the politics these days because everybody's reporting something different. And every poll shows something different. And, I look at polls all the time. When I'm driving down the street, the telephone polls go by and I don't learn nothing from them. But apparently one of the latest, the polls that agree, or all the polls do agree on one thing. Hillary and Trump are both, in the upper 50% disapproval rate. That doesn't really mean anything. But lately I've heard that in a general election now, the polls are showing that Trump could beat Hillary. Yeah. Which, I don't know, kind of makes me happy. Because, again, it's not because he's a brilliant businessman, because, yeah, it's been shown that he has failed a number of times. And here, again, we'll go back to the school thing. I think you learn more from failure than you do from success, because there are more lessons to be learned from failure than from success. The more times a person fails, the smarter I think they are. Especially if they keep going. If you fail and quit, you're just a quitter. If you fail and you keep going, you learn. Fail again, you learn some more. You fail again, you learn some more. That's life. Nobody that is truly successful has ever not failed at something somewhere along the line. Hell, I read that quote a couple weeks ago that Albert Einstein couldn't speak fluently till he was more than 9 years old. The more you fail, the more you learn. So, anyway, that's not why I like Trump, because he's touted to be such a big businessman and a millionaire. I like Trump because he's not a politician. Get that through your head, all you left-wing nut jobs that call Trump supporters ignorant. We're not ignorant, we are just tired of politicians. We're tired of people lying to our faces and pretending that they care about us, while the whole time doing nothing but stuffing their money with corporate profits and selling their votes on any of the issues. When I was in high school, I started reading the Mother Earth News. Great magazine. It's all about simple country living, green energy, green living, underground houses, all of that so-called subversive thinking, to free ourselves from oil and the big power corporations. The reason we are not a fully integrated solar United States and wind-powered United States is because every single politician is owned by the oil companies. One of the reasons we've got major drug problems, and that the majority of heroin users start as prescription drug users. Like the oxys and the morphines and all the stuff that doctors prescribe. And the reason that happens is, again, politicians are owned by pharmaceutical companies. Every politician in Washington is owned by corporations. It's not about the people, unless we're counting corporations as people. And apparently we are. So, anyway, I think it's good. Maybe Trump can do something. Maybe Trump can wheel and deal his way into, a better country for us. It's been known to happen. People thought Ronald Reagan was going to be a horrible, terrible president. Well, he can't be a president. He's an actor. He's a movie star cowboy. How can he be president? It's the same stuff they're saying about Donald Trump. I would like to say I know what a good president is, but I've only been here for 40 years. So that's, or 50 years. So it's only 10 or 12 presidents that I've actually seen, maybe 15 tops, and I'm not really sure any of them were real good presidents. Because like the great analogy, like climate change, economics is it's undulating. How's that? The word of the week is undulating. Say it. It's fun to say. Undulating. Yeah, it's all it's up, it's down. It's up, it's down. Peaks and falls, and there's nothing really you can do about it. And it's a whole thing. I don't know. Did you see this Burger King that they've got over in Finland that they're opening? That's got a sauna in it. So you can pop over and get your sauna on and eat. You'd think that would be unsanitary, to be dripping sweat into the food, but I don't know. What else? I'm looking here at the latest Yahoo news. Man attempts to rob a car wash with a potato chip bag. Here we go. A lock of hair from Thomas Jefferson auctioned for $6,875. Oh, I saw another one today. Oh, I can't remember what it was now. Oh, yes, I do. It was 47 years ago today that The Who released the rock opera Tommy. Yeah. Yeah, just, I remember seeing that. Again, his, somebody that gives, because, it's no big secret that, I'm a big pothead and all. People like this just giving me a bad name. An Arkansas man shipped 135 pounds of marijuana to his house from Mexico. Don't send it to your house. Send it to the next door neighbor, and then steal it from his porch. That's all you got to do. And here's what I got to open this up. I don't know if it was a lot of dog therapy or what it was, but apparently 96-year-old Alfonso Gonzalez received a Bachelor of Science degree in zoology on Friday, making him the oldest graduate in USC history. It took him 60 years to get his diploma at the University of Southern California. So that's a lot of dog therapy breaks. But good for him. Of course, at 96, he'll never get his 20 years into retire and be able to draw a pension. All right. Let's see, we're getting down there, and I went to open up my useless facts page this morning, and it said that the page wasn't there. So I went to the Snapple website, and Snapple has the facts on the bottle caps, and they've got some of them here. I figure I'll read some of them. There are 118 ridges on the edge of a United States dime. 118. You can count them if you want. Here's a great one. Here's a great one. Alaska is the most eastern and western state in the U.S. I'm not sure I believe that. I can't even say that word, so I'm not going to try. I've done that before. Among North Atlantic lobsters, here you go. If you're a lobsterman, you can judge how lucky you are. About 1 in 5,000 North Atlantic lobsters is born bright blue. You've seen blue lobsters before. A single coffee tree produces only about a pound of coffee beans per year. For somebody like me, man, that's a tree a week. I drink a lot of coffee, man. You ever heard the word twit? Heard somebody called a twit? Ever wonder what twit is? Twit is the technical term for a pregnant goldfish. Just so you know. Christopher Columbus brought the first lemon seeds to America. Camel can drink 25 gallons of water in less than 3 minutes. Yeah. There you go. I mentioned cats earlier that I don't like. Cats have over 100 vocal cords. So why they can't talk, I don't know. Talk about slacking. It took Leonardo da Vinci 12 years to paint the lips of the Mona Lisa. So my time's up. If you're on Facebook, share me with your friends. I'm fun. And if you're on YouTube, somewhere down there's a button that says subscribe. Push it and you'll get every episode I make. Till next time, I'm Rick Blood. This is Unfiltered. Peace.